All right, what's good, guys? This is me recording the day after the lift that you guys are about to see. Um, yeah, I'm recording it now because I didn't, record an intro video that day before the workout. Um, so yeah, so here I am recording it. But just like a little context, I guess, before we get into the video is my flight got canceled today in the morning as I was preparing to leave. It was very, very unfortunate. And I don't know, like literally, like low-key, like my whole day was just like gloomy, and the weather was like, and the weather today actually is like very gray. I think I like saw something where there was like a coastal storm, like on the East Coast, and yeah, like guys, this sucks. Because I was supposed to be leaving today, to Miami, literally just purely just to have a nice little vacation, just to get out of the States, not the States, sorry, Jersey. And it's just to get some sun, guys. Like, really, I'm not going to party. I'm not going to be hit no club, you know what I'm saying? But literally just to get some sun, get some tan, hit up some gyms that I really wanted to go to, because, the fitness scene there is it's kind of popping. But yeah, God had different plans for me today, I guess. So I was like, okay, God, like, what you got for me? And yeah, like sometimes, you need things to happen like this in order to be reminded that, sometimes, like, I don't know, this is like just like what I believe in. I truly believe, everything does happen for a reason, whether we know or we don't know, right? And I'm gonna talk about it later, towards the end of the video. But my theme basically for this year that I have decided on is stewarding what I have at the current moment, the best that I can, whether it's the time, whether it's the resources that I have, the opportunities that I have, wherever like my feet are, that I would steward it well, because if I truly believe, how you do one thing is how you do everything. And whether I have a lot of whatever, opportunities, whatever, or I have like little to like none, if I could steward what I have now, even though it may not be a lot, surely I will steward what I have in the future, well, if that makes sense. But yeah, today was a little reminder that not everything can go to plan. Things happen, you know what I'm saying? But you just have to learn how to just keep moving. Control, what you can't control, and let go of what you can't control. And ultimately, the things that you can't control, just trust God, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I just that's gonna be my intro before, you guys see this, upper day, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, hope you guys enjoy. I'll talk more in the later, after the workout, part of the video, but, yeah, hope y'all enjoy.
Nothing's better than your touch in the body. From the ocean, I think I never get enough. Need your body. Cause I've never been so high. The best I've ever had. It's a good to feel about when you say my name. I think that I could fly. Your love will never die. Standing by your side, everything's okay. You're lost like helium. You're lost like
All right, it's like 2 a.m. And I got church tomorrow, and I gotta be up early in the morning because I'm helping serve, basically. And I also need to bake cookies tonight for some people that I said I would. So it's going to be a long night. But yeah, I guess just one thing I just wanted to get off my chest is I think, like, you know, I know it's like March, and usually, like, in the beginning of the year, of every year, I do my best to try to find like a vision or a mindset or something that that I would carry, basically, you know, like just throughout the year, that year. And for some reason, it was hard finding something like that this year for 2026. But I think just after a lot of, like, you know, thought and prayer and just, like, you know, meditating and just, like, you know, just as the days went on, I think the theme for this year for me is stewarding what I have the best I can. And like, this is like something that I've always like kind of just like believed in the last couple of years. But I've never really, like, you know, intentionally chose to steward what I had, like, like as the days went on, like boom, boom, boom. But this year, I think I do want to be intentional about it. Um, and I think the reason why is because, like, I feel like it's very easy for us to become jaded or complacent or, comfortable within our own routines, our own schedules. Um, and I think it, not to be, not to like flame anyone or anything like that, but some of you guys have so much privilege, opportunity, um, time, resources, and I get it. Like, we live in America and we live in a society where we choose comfort. Like, that's just like the human nature. Um, but yeah, I realize it, you know, that just makes us all weaker at the end of the day. Not just like physically, but I see so many people get a new job, um, get a raise, get a promotion, get into a relationship. They got kids, they got a good wife, they got a house, and they just choose not to, continue to be better, in terms of, like, how should I explain this? I guess it's more like a lot of people are actually, I think they're unintentionally rotting. They're unintentionally dying because they're literally are bound by their comfort. They're bound by their laziness. They're bound by their lack of vision, lack of ambition, because, in their heads they have it all together. But for me, really, like, even if I'm not making a lot of money, even if I'm not, even today, like, I work 2 shifts, and I just got back at like 11:30, 12 a.m. This is just me believing in myself. This is me trying to prove to myself that I am more than what I think I am. Because I will make it. My question is, will you do the same? I recently asked some of my coworkers while we were working, like, who do you guys look up to? And just like some context, they're a bit young. They're a bit on the younger side. Like, they're seniors in high school. Some of them are just graduating. So it's like, for just some context, I was like, do you guys look up to anyone besides like your parents, or but besides your parents, or like with God, maybe, I don't know. And most of them, like, or no, all of them said they did look up to someone. But one of the things that I realized was that their surrounding circle, they had no one that they could look up to in terms of, wow, like, this person has this trait, like, let me get some of that. Or, wow, I respect him or her. Like, I realized, like, a lot of people don't have a lot of people that they could look up to, or that could, walk with within their circle. and you know, like it's like it was just very interesting. Um, and man, like hopefully, like one day, like or like if not, like you know, now, like I want to look back, like when I'm older, um, God willing, if I do get old enough to look back and say that I've done a good job. Um, that I'm glad that I beat myself up just to go to the gym one more time, one more day, one more night, to show up for myself, to show up for others, um, to try. Because, relatively, we don't know how old we're going to get, right? Most of us think we are going to be alive until, past 40, 50, 60, 70 years old. But we don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I could technically be old relatively in terms of a time scale if I were to die tomorrow, if that makes sense. So it's like, with the time that we have, like, what are you doing with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing with your time? Are you filling it with, are you just living off of like a Google Calendar? Are you living just off of just your own comfort on your own schedules? And there's nothing really hard, or something that, is like makes you suffer with like just throughout your life. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, like I need to suffer, because if I don't suffer like day to day throughout my life, I get comfortable really, really fast. So there's a reason why, and people think I'm crazy, but when I tell people like, yeah, I literally don't uh, drive with the AC or heater on, depending on the season. There's a reason why, even though it's like 10 degrees outside, 0 degrees outside, I will still sleep in my boxers. TMI, yo. TMI, I know, my bad. But it's because it keeps me in a mental state of like suffering, not because like I'm a masochist, not because I'm into like shit, but it's more of like, hey, like I can't be living in comfort, because I need a reminder that my time here is temporary, and I'm not here to just, you know, go through the motions and end my life, whenever that may be. All right. Um, so yeah, this may be offensive, but for the look, if I'm a little hard on some of y'all, if I'm a little pushy and like annoying, that's just like my form of love. If I'm not on your ass, honestly, I probably don't F with you as hard as I do with other people that I do say those things to. But man, some of y'all need to like, and wow, I'm actually getting like kind of tilted. Some of you guys need to actually like need to be honest with yourselves. I'm so tired of hearing like excuses. I'm so tired of seeing you guys go like just people just going years, months with no progress. Let's just talk gym. Why say that you're gonna change, you're gonna get better, you're gonna lose your weight, you're gonna get stronger, you're gonna get in shape, da 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 da, but you don't follow with your actions? Like, what's the point? Like, what is the point of you even like wasting your breath? All right. Some of y'all need to be honest with yourselves. Because it confuses me, because if I'm getting mad for you, if I'm getting annoyed for others, that I really want them to, be the best version of themselves, how are you personally not like, how do you not feel that towards yourself, right? Like, for example, literally this past Sunday, but I don't know, bro. This time goes mad. This winter be booming me, bro. But whatever Sunday service, I literally just due to my irresponsible nature, and not reading the messages and my phone dying, I showed up late to a I showed up late to church with the team that I was serving with, and that ate me up for like a good week until the next Sunday, honestly, because with mistakes like that, when I said I would do something and I don't do it, like with factors that are in my control, if it was out of my control, then like what can I do for real? But it was in my control. So like it just makes me kind of like, I get confused when people really know, they know that they're getting like worse, but they're okay with it. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, I gotta head out, y'all. I know I haven't been posting, as much, but I think just like I'm about to go to Miami like literally this week. Definitely will be recording like some clips of that. But yeah, I'm doing my best, y'all. I'm doing my best. I'll be tired too, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, thank you for all your support. Thank you for the support in the last vid. Appreciate y'all for real. Love y'all. Like and subscribe, share, do what y'all gotta do. All right. Good night, y'all.